Alright, hello. This is a video walkthrough of my 2003 Chevrolet Corvette Z06. The car currently has 151,000 miles and it does currently hold a salvage title. I've known the car since about 113,000 miles. It was bought by a friend of mine who sold it to another friend who had the salvage accident happen to him, and that was at about 137,000 miles if I remember correctly. And I bought the car shortly after that, and now it has 151, so I've had it for around 13,000 miles and about 2 years or so of ownership. But yeah, so as you can tell, it's been a pretty reliable driver even after the crash. You can tell I've taken it to well, maybe you can't tell, but you can see my number up on the windshield. That's my track number. I've taken it to the track a couple times, autocross, etc., all those normal things. But yeah, overall, going through just the body, it's in pretty decent shape for a 150,000 mile Corvette. The paint's not super great on these cars, never really has been, but you can probably tell that the hood and the roof and the trunk are faded compared to the sides and the rest of the body. And this is because the car was parked outside, parked on the street actually, for about 1.5 years. And as you can imagine, with the harsh California sun, this caused some clear coat fading. But overall, in good shape. The body panels are all decent except for this side. This is the crash side. I'll go through the crash right now and just give you some background on that. So as you can probably tell, panels are a little bit misaligned on the right driver's side. But overall, I mean, it's really like drivable. It's not noticeable. Definitely sort of maybe a 30-40 footer. But I'm gonna pop the hood now and we'll go through the accident. So essentially, my friend was in the straight lane at an intersection and he wanted to merge into the left lane and did not check his mirrors or blind spots or whatever, and basically got hit on the side, sort of straight across the side, by a woman in like a Nissan Murano or something like that. So what went was basically most of the suspension component, this wheel, it was back on the stock 17-inch fronts at that time, and it cracked the wheel. But yeah, this fender was replaced, the inner fender was replaced. All of the suspension components, which is all just bolt-on, bolt-off stuff, that was all replaced. The car lines out totally fine. I actually have a decently aggressive, track street alignment on it right now, and it had no problems doing that. I can sort of show you, I don't know if we'll be able to see, but the main thing that salvaged the car was, if you see this part is the cross member, and if you can see this little chink right there, that little chink would mean this whole piece needs to be replaced, and that labor and part would have salvaged the car. So, my friend was looking for the biggest insurance payout he could, so that's why he sort of did that. But, definitely no structural issues there as far as I'm concerned. I have no problems running that. So, yeah, this is the car. I'm trying to think of more information. I guess as far as mods go, just, normal like chassis bolt-ons. I'll show you down here. We have a GM T1 sway bars with solid end links. These are actually Heim joints on the back, and then Doug Rippey custom valved Bilstein Sport shocks, stainless steel brake lines all around, Hawk HP Plus brakes on the stock OEM rotors, stock OEM rotors and calipers, and also we've got BBK headers in here. I don't know if you can see, yeah, there's a BBK logo right there. So yeah, the car was repaired. Like I said, I put 10,000 solid miles on it, 10,000 plus solid miles, plus, a decent amount of track time. This car has not really been garage queened, if you know what I mean. It's a salvage title Z06, it kind of meant to be beat on, and this car's really taken it like a champ. I'll show you a startup. I've kept it, well maintained. Oil changes every 5,000 miles with 10W30 full synthetic. I keep up to date on the fluids. All the fluids in this car are about 2,000 miles old. That's everything, including trans, coolant, brake, clutch, all that stuff. The diff was changed at, I want to say, it was pretty much a little bit right after, I don't know, maybe say like 140K or so. So, like 10,000 miles ago or so. But yeah, oh yeah, a new Optima battery. Had a little bit of a battery problem a while ago, so I just replaced the whole battery, and that had totally fixed that. So yeah, interior is in decent shape. Everything works, AC works, heat works, all the fans work. Even the heads-up display works, I'll show you that. The heads-up display is missing that little bevel, but you know, it's never really bothered me. Seat's a little messed up. That was gonna be my next thing to do, is put a seat and a harness bar and everything in. If I keep the car, that's what I'll do. But yeah, I guess I'll show you a startup now. So you can see all this. Fires right up. Those two lights, you know, it's just the brake light and the seatbelt light. But yeah. Healthy car, healthy engine. Show you at the back. Sounds pretty mean. Like I said, no exhaust mods at all besides the headers. Really no engine mods at all. This engine has not been opened, which I kind of like because, you know, I want to keep that stock reliability. If you know these cars, you know that some of the C5 Z06s have a valve spring issue. This car is exempt from that. This was a late model year, 2003, so it did not have the valve spring. GM had fixed it by then. So you don't have to worry about that if you buy this car. Other than that, you know, just kept on regular maintenance, spark plugs, O2s, spark plug wires, all that stuff, fluids, everything. Yeah, it's a great runner. It's a solid car, you know, and honestly, if it doesn't sell, I'm just going to keep it to 200K and see how long it lasts. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. And please, if you have any questions, don't feel free to reach out on whatever posting you found this from and give me a shout. Thank you. Bye.